Now, I'm sure y'all read the title. So, today we are going to answer questions nobody had and see if you can beat Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 1 using only melee weapons. If you enjoyed this run, feel free to like and subscribe because I plan on doing the same thing with Chapter 2 eventually. So, if you want to be able to subscribe to see that. Till then, let's start it off. Now, we have to set up some rules for this run. First rule, we can only use melee weapons. That means no guns, bows, or any explosives. And 2, we can't do a Sinner's run. We have to complete every mission. And 3, don't die. After speedrunning the tutorial, our run starts here. We meet this old man named Henri, who tells us about the reserve and all the supplies it holds. And he even tells us that he's close to uncovering it, and even offers us a 50-50 split. We are then sent into this long boating sequence where we learn about the two factions of New Orleans. We learn about the Tower and the Reclaimed, both who are fighting to try to find and get the supplies in the reserve. Henri then tells us to meet him at his place in the graveyard, so we then head out to do that. While we're doing this, our boat gets attacked by walkers, and this is where our run officially starts. It's the late evening of day 1, and somehow we ended up in the graveyard. Lucky us, I guess. So I start making my way into the graveyard, hoping to find Henri. I find this screwdriver off this dead body and take it with me. This screwdriver helped me with I continue my way through the graveyard, killing 2 walkers along the way, where I find Henri hanging by his feet. I then go up and talk to him, where he tells me that both the Reclaimed and the Tower both converged on this spot, and then they hang him up, but he didn't say anything, so the deal's still on. He then tells me, with his dying breath, to share his 50 split with Ambra and May, who we'll talk about later. I then find the bus, where this will be our base of operations for this run. Now, I check out the gear station, scrap a few things, and found some key items for a radio that's in the bus. I also found notes and a bunch of codes. I also had to find a note telling me where to find the rest of the pieces of the radio. Now, after all this, I sleep, and it's on to day 2. Now, in the morning of day 2, I decide to check out the rest of the area, and then I found some medicine and some food. I then decide to go to the shallows to complete the other parts for the radio. I arrive at the shallows, where I see this lady, who tells me that her husband died, but she couldn't bring herself to kill him, even though he asked her to. Wow, I can't believe that. Now, she tells me that it's in the Blue Palace, and I just happen to be going there, so I tell her I'll help her. So she gives me this key, and I tell her I'll help her. Also makes a comment on my watch, telling me about the bells and how I have it set to that. I made my way to the Blue Palace, killing any walkers I came across, and then I made my way in. Once inside, I found tons of supplies, and I also found the room that the lady's husband was in, so I decided to go in and take him out for her. While I was also in there, I found the angel statue and a shotgun that I definitely didn't pick up because this is a melee only run, obviously. I then exit the room, having to fight 3 walkers who almost got me. I had to run back upstairs and then grab a glass bottle and take them out because I lost my shiv. I then find the radio part and then head back, the way back to the skiff. While on my way back, I started to get overrun. I almost died here, I'm not gonna lie. It's been forever since I replayed through Saints and Sinners for this room, and I forgot how easily you lose stamina and stuff, but I did take care of them and kept going my way back where I met with the woman, but then I realized I didn't have the ring, so I couldn't complete the mission, so I just had to kill her. So after that, I went back to the resting place and just scrapped all my stuff that I collected, and then fixed the radio. Okay, so apparently I didn't press record on for days 2 and 3, but here's a recap pretty much. So I fixed the radio, I talked to Casey. I then did Casey's mission, and I met with May and did the tower thing. So I even have the parts to prove it. I even have the mission progress. I'm just so sorry about that, guys. I lost. I swear I hit record, but don't worry. I'll make sure I'll get the rest of it in part 2.